But now, last week on Sport Heaven, you may have heard about the launch of Sheffield City Trust's Talented Athlete programme. It's designed to support elite athletes with realistic medal capabilities who will not only have free use of Sheffield City Trust's sporting facilities, but also they would become ambassadors for the Trust. The Sheffield Steel Kings para ice hockey player Emily McLean is one of the successful athletes and has been selected to represent Team GB at the upcoming Women's World Challenge in August. And Emily joins us on the phone now. Emily, how do you feel about becoming then an ambassador of the Talented Athlete programme?
Hey, yeah, it's a great opportunity. There's so many different schemes for supporting people in this position, but it's great to be selected by Sheffield City Trust for that programme.
And what do you think the benefits are going to be, both on an individual level, and how are the different ambassadors maybe going to help support each other, do you think, as you move forward with your sporting careers?
On an individual level, it's great to be able to use the different facilities, see what different gyms they've got. There's several different sites to go to, so I can see what's going to be more beneficial for supporting me in the sports that I do. And then as a group, there's a few hockey players. I know you spoke to Barry you spoke to one last week, and there's a few more on there from hockey. I'm just trying to think back to the launch day. But it's great for supporting each other, learning how different sports train in different ways, and what we can take from different sports to help each other.
Can you tell us a bit about para ice hockey and what the game's like to play and how competitive it is?
So I'm quite new to it. I've only been playing for 9 months, so it's all still new to me. I'm very much learning the sport, but it's great. It's a lot of fun to watch. If you've never seen it, it's worth watching. There's a lot of competition, even in training, but everybody's smiling throughout.
And how is the season going for the Steel Kings? What can you tell us about the way that the team has been playing?
So I've been playing for the B team, the Steel Stings, and it's the first season that the Steel Stings the B team has been in the season. So we've had 1 win and 2 losses, but we're learning a lot as we go.
And I just wonder, do sports like para ice hockey, do they rely a lot on, people helping and supporting the sport, whether that is, funding, advertising, support, and if so, how easy is it to sort of find that support to help a sport like this develop and grow?
So at the minute, a lot of it is voluntary. For people doing the sport in the GB women's setup, especially, a lot of people are volunteering their time to go and support the sport. So I'm just sort of stumbling my way through finding sponsors and things, but it's great. When people come forward, it's great to see those that do come forward and help. It's so important to everyone that plays the sport and is involved with it.
So is that something that you actively go and sort of seek out, help and financial support that maybe the team does as well? And essentially, is it every little bit helps? If there are people out there who can help support this team and, provide an opportunity for people to play this kind of sport in para ice hockey, then get in touch and, help us out if you can.
Yeah, so everybody's doing their little bit. Most of the GB women's setup have GoFundMe, each individually have GoFundMe pages or just giving pages to help them get to where they want to be. So yes, we do need more people getting involved in sponsoring and helping out to allow us to be able to play more regularly.
Tell us a bit about the Women's World Challenge. What is that kind of opportunity going to be like?
So the Women's World Challenge is coming up soon. It's in August. It's going to be a great experience to just learn for a lot of us on the programme that haven't been to a competition with hockey before. It's going to be a very eye-opening, good experience to learn what happens in the hockey setup. A few of us from different other sport backgrounds. So yes, it's going to be good. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be a good competition.
And what is it like going? What is it going to be like? Being part of Team GB and being that way and thinking, I'm representing my country here. It's something that I think everybody who is interested in sport, whether you're competing or you're just watching it like me, you kind of always dream about doing something like that, don't you?
Yeah, like it's a great dream. I love the idea of going and wearing a GB jersey, saying I can represent my country at this level. It's just amazing to say. It's an amazing group of people to go through the experience with as well. Because in hockey, you've got all your teammates, so it's not just you get to go through it with a great group of people.
And you're also part of the wheelchair basketball as well, the Steelers. So how did you get into that? And is there any kind of crossover between the two sports? The basketball and the ice hockey there.
So I played. This has been my first season for Steelers. Previously, I've played for London Titans, Aces down south, and Leicester Cobras. But when I moved, I joined Steelers, and the crossover. There's a lot of skills from team sports you can transfer from one to the other. The seasons don't cross over, so it's quite good for. There's not really an off season for me, but I love it that way.
Yeah, I mean, are you pretty actively obsessed with sport then? It sounds that way. It sounds like you're spinning a lot of plates in terms of the different sports that you've got an interest in there, Emily.
Yes, well, I've been involved in basketball since I was 13 and decided that I just needed a different challenge, which is why I started playing para ice hockey.
And I believe the Women's World Challenge takes place, I think it's late August, isn't it? 26th to 28th in Wisconsin in the USA. By the way, it sounds like you're going to Wisconsin at the right time, Emily. August, it might not be too cold. I think once you get sort of beyond August, the temperature dips closer to freezing. So you're probably going at the right time there.
Well, what does it make a difference with weather when you're going to an ice rink?
I suppose that is true, but you have got to get to the ice rink as well, which is... and cold in England versus cold in Wisconsin is quite a difference. But listen, all the best of luck with it. Good luck with everything in terms of Team GB, and the very best of luck with the Steel Kings as well. And thank you for joining us on Sport Heaven tonight, Emily. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That is Emily McLean there from the Sheffield Steel Kings Para Ice Hockey. She's also one of the ambassadors for the Sheffield City Trust's Talented Athlete Programme.